mid lane, because you do the options now to try and set up for some of these plays, and Saint going to be happy to get the Orianna on this last pick, because it's such a strong mid laner still despite the nerfs. And look at the combos you have. Like, the teamfight online is disgusting.
It absolutely is. You're looking at a lot of low mobility champions, the Karma, the Jhin, the Ryze. It is instead going to be the Syndra, so playing more for that 1v1 matchup. Kicking off, it's an All-Americas affair. CB LoL versus the LCS, as JoJo does not have his mantra. Remember, he had already used that, so LYON going to take this very aggressive trade. They get the barrier out. The mantra was spent in the level 1 trade mid, which I think immediately going in. He was spotted by a ward, though, as he crossed through the river, so they pinged out that he was going to be on that blue buff. Doesn't look like anyone on Fury is in a position to respond, though, because Toots is low, and he's going to flash in onto Saint. The ghost popped immediately. Saint is going to get solo killed. It's first blood there for Toots as he flashes in.
Despite the mid lane going a bit awry.
Yeah, now it's going to be a fight in mid lane. This time the scatter does connect. Toots trying to kite it back. Inspired looking like he wants to finish him off. Saint goes forward, picks up the aggro on the tower. Might get killed by the minions. Very close. Will survive, though, and Inspired does clean up that kill. The cannon!
Oh, boy!
Oh, my God!
Scary, where Inspired is getting to pick up the dragons, getting to play through his own jungle. But Furia, they want to get active on this top side.
Oh, I don't know about this, though. A couple tower shots going on to Gigo. Dokla has cleared out the wave. There's 4 members here top. We'll see if Dokla can get out. You can see members moving up to try to help him. Dokla going to be in some trouble, though. It does get rooted up, and he is going to get knocked down there by Tatu. Berserker is here to try to defend. Pushing. And has that Ocean Dragon, early Ocean Dragon, always going to feel really nice. Now the Realm Warp going to be coming in. Gigo trying to set it up here for Toots. The knockup is good, and Dokla is gone. Another easy kill there as Furia playing the map well.
And starting to pick up the pace. And
looks like we're seeing multiple members from LYON just going back for the base. Gigo going to flash in here. Dokla's going to try to get out of dodge. We'll see if he can outplay it. Looking for the side steps, running back and forth, trying to get some space here. The knockback is still not there. Dokla can't avoid the decimating smash, and he's going to get knocked down and solo killed by Gigo.
Exactly the biggest tank killers, but we've already got a bit of a scrap here for Tatu.
Yeah, Tatu going to have to use the immunity very early on the scatter. Gigo trying to create some space moving forward here as they reclaim space here in that river. Dokla coming in from the side. Gigo's going to get sectioned off. They're looking for him. Pops the ulti, but cancels it very quickly. Wants to stay around for the fight. Isles on the side is taking a ton of damage from Ayu, and Isles is going to have to go back to base, you think. It sneaks in the shot. Jhin takes him down, and Tatu flashing in onto safe, but he's taken out by the curtain call. Beautifully played there from the Jhin. Inspired falls as well. Berserker is in trouble. Trying to take down Ayu. Uses the exhaust, shift to the side, does get a kill. Dokla fighting against Gigo here, trying to survive. Berserker has fallen. And it is only Dokla alive as Furia will wipe LYON from the map here, taking him down. The question is, can they even get the dragon? Saint now picking up that rocket belt, so prioritizing a little bit of mobility. He has been the target, it feels like, in a lot of these scraps. Tatu always going straight for him. As Inspired going in, Tatu in trouble, gonna pop Call of the Pack. The root is there, the Jhin ult is popped. Inspired has got to run, but can he survive? He's shot out of the air. It's duck hunt here for Ayu as they want even more. Isles is going back in, Saint over the side, hits the scatter, but the Karma shields just say no, and another deadly flourish is gonna connect. Ayu is on fire. LYON gonna have to try to find some big plays. They're looking now. Isles goes in onto Ayu. Ayu's in trouble. It's a great McHale from JoJo, but it is not enough. Dokla will fall. In comes Inspired. They're looking for more. Call of the Pack gonna get popped here as Toots is gonna arrive with the Realm Warp. Berserker goes straight on him. He has the exhaust. He wants to fight. The scatter is gonna land. Toots is in a lot of trouble here, but the shield's coming in from JoJo. He's gonna have to flash out, but here's Inspired, and LYON are on the hunt. The flash is forced. This has been spotted out by LYON. We'll see if Furia want to commit to it. It's down a bit below half HP as Furia trying to turn. The curtains get called. Saint immediately flashes over as Gigo's ulting into the back line, chasing after Berserker and Isles. Isles is caught, and Isles is dead. Can't get anything off. The scatter going to land there onto Gigo, but he gets shielded up. The Deadly Flourish this time will not arrive. The Realm Warp comes in. Inspired's looking for him, but Inspired's going to get knocked up. He's in trouble as Saint on the side gets killed by Tatu. Inspired has to run, and LYON's got to get out of there. JoJo flashing back, pops the heal. It's 2 for 0, though.
I don't know if you can do particularly much here, as Toots going to find him.
Going to try to delay. Tatu over the wall, though. Toots there as well. The exhaust going to be used by Berserker. Toots is in some trouble. Inspired arrives. The Baron is still alive, but now Fury is in trouble. Have they gone too far? Isles catches JoJo, and this could be bad for Furia, but thankfully they've taken down Berserker and Dokes. He's playing an incredible game, but flash too far, does get punished for it, and Tatu looking to try to set up for this 50-50 smite. Inspired wants to push him out. Kigo is in the pit. It's going to be taken there by Tatu, gets another smite, and now Inspired's in trouble. The Realm Warp's coming in. There's the big Cataclysm as Berserker gets pushed back. Saint is running for the hills. They do take down Tatu, jump away, create that safety, but he was rooted up there by Isles as LYON looking for more. Tatu jumps away from the engage, but in comes Gigo with the teleport. Will LYON commit to the fight? For now, they're going to back off, but the Scion says, no, you cannot do that. And it is Inspired being caught. Flag and drag back through. Toots on the side could be in trouble. It's a big ulti from Isles. It's Toots standing, it's Toots fighting, and it's Toots winning for now. Into the GA goes Inspired. Berserker on the side trying to take down Gigo, but Gigo is so damn tanky. Finally, though, the Baron gets aggro, and it's going to be the 6th man and help out LYON. IU calls the curtains, looking for Isles. Isles will fall. Berserker takes the 4th shot, almost just dies from full.
We go on the bottom side though, look for the engage on Dokla with that ultimate. Seeing if he can get the 1v1 once again.
I mean, he's winning that 1v1 heavily. Now they're going to try to TP in and back up Dokla. Dokla is going to get that assistance here. We'll see if they can actually make the play happen as they do arrive. But IU is here as well. IU flashes in and deletes Saint. And now the curtain's getting called. Good sidesteps here from Dokla, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He is slowed down on the other side of the map. Furia starting up the Baron will be pushed back, but it's 5 versus 3 on the map. And when is the last time you saw the Jhin assassinating the Syndra as Inspired is going to try his luck, flashes in, gets a 1k shutdown. The healing is huge. That just might buy them some time to stay alive.
Inspired got the shutdown on IU as well. Immediately gets a Hex Drinker, which means he's able to play a little bit further up in these fights. He's trying to look for the steal.
Gets knocked out of the flag and drag, trying to pull back. Berserker is here, Saint is here, Dokla is here. They're going to try to punish Gigo, but he is so tanky. Inspired goes forward, looking for Tatu. Eyes on the dragon now. It's going to come down to the smite fight. Can Tatu get it once again? He's going for it, and he gets it! It's the soul, but it's a kill on the other side. Toots trying to make a big play here. Inspired blocking the shots. Berserker shifts forward. Toots goes into the Zonias, but he's taken down. IU knocked up by Inspired. Inspired and Berserker are fighting, and on the other side, Saint is running for his life against this Scion. He's got to get out of there. Gigo was the target at the start of the fight, and he is just never going to die. Berserker shifting away. They're trying to whittle him down. Isles is back now. Tatu needs to get over there and help him out. Saint is low, but he goes into the stasis. Isles with the Pop Blossom. It gets immune by the call of the pack. Berserker shifts away, trying to survive. They're going to get the kill, and still, Gigo cannot take down Saint. Gigo running for his life now, trying to go for the recall. It will not be allowed. LYON standing, LYON fighting, and LYON finally gonna take down this raid boss, you have to think, but Gigo refuses to die. This man better drop some good loot. LYON get the delayed ace and hold on in this game.
Oh my god, these fights!
IU has reached his full 7-item build here. Berserker is strong, but they're gonna look for IU, and IU has no flash. He's caught out in the mid lane, and IU is down. And that is a big-time pick for LYON. No hesitation. They immediately sprint towards mid, and Rise has got to get back to base.
Can LYON actually do it? They will at least try and crack the base here as they push in. The wave clear from Toots has to be enough, but the tower is not sticking around for long.
The tower is dying fast, but Inspired is tanking it up, and Inspired could be in some trouble. Gigo gonna get targeted. Isles goes forward, and he catches Toots, and Toots is just gone! Control, Alt, Delete, says Saint as he knocks down the Rise, who has been in a thorn in his side. Oh.
But now it's 50 seconds until Baron. You get a reset, but maybe not Dokla, who's forced to flash away.
Flash follow there from Gigo. Dokla stayed around, and Dokla may have just cost LYON big time. Stayed for a red buff. Be decided here. Dokla looking for that poke, but hasn't really able to find much of anything. Inspired, Berserker, and Saint over by the pit. You can see Isles is wrapping around the back of the dragon, looking for a potential angle as the curtain is going to get called here. Inspired tanking up 1, Inspired tanking up 2. How many more shots can he take, though? If you eat that 4 shot, you're going to be going low. And he is, in fact, down to half health. Berserker shifting forward, just trying to get as much poke as they can, as Gigo's going to go for it. Gigo goes in, but it gets blocked by the clone. Inspired knocked up, Toots and Tatu on the side. This dragon is low. It's been Tuts winning it, but this time it's Saint! And the fight breaks out, and there it is! Isles with the Bomb Blossom! That might just seal it, but Tuts on the side trying to make something happen. Berserker shifts in, but the Realm Orb saves him. Lion are on the hunt, and Furia run for the hills. Inspired, miss smite after smite as Tatu is winning out, but the one that matters most is the one he takes. LYON looking for JoJo. Good sidestep, will stay alive, but this time it's a 2v5. They held with 3. Can they hold with 2? Not looking like they're going to be able to, as Isles going forward, lands the root. Dokla jumps in. Tuts is going to stand. Tuts is going to fight, and he's going to get a free kill. A good start to it. Potential defense here on the line as Tuts moving forward, looking for Inspired. But their eyes are just on the towers. The towers are gone. The Nexus is exposed. Berserker shifts in and seals the deal with a kill. Berserker goes on a rampage, and a wild game 1 came down to a smite that neither jungler took. Saint claims the Elder, and that's what makes the difference. What a way to kick off the series. I feel like if Gnar does not get bullied early...
Unless Cassiopeia bot lane?
It could be. We'll see if they're really cooking. They could also just be trolling us with the hover.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The games are not in the scrims and in the comms. And Isles got a really good chance to join a pretty star-studded roster. You know, both Berserker and Inspired have been MVPs. Saint was obviously a really hype prospect. You know, I kind of started to pose the question when we were going into finals, how far does he have to go to become the NA GOAT potentially? As Isles is actually only level 2 here, and he's stuck in the miasma, and it's looking like he is just dead for free. Stepped out of lane to try to... He has no hook shot. Berserker fighting on the side against Ayu. As in comes Saint, there's battles on either side. Saint getting pushed back by Tuts. Inspired gonna have to clone away. Good dodge there. Now hook shots in, stuns Tatu. Crash down though onto Isles. Has to run for it, still level 2, mind you, burning, and it's the flash in from Tuts to finish him off.
JoJo has spent so much time in the Triborough trying to see if he can get that flank on the Berserker that he hasn't really got any of the levels himself, actually sitting behind Isles when it comes towards the experience, but Isles stepping forward.
Yeah, Isles stepping forward, and Isles going to be another kill there. As Tatu spends the ulti, does knock him down, has to pull off the Dragon to do it. Dragon will reset.
And now Fury have to try and cover for this top dive. JoJo going to be able to get there, but again, only level 3. Needs to be careful.
Gnar into the wall, great buffer, but in comes the Ziggs ult. A well-played dive here is going to be set up by Isles. Dokla jumps forward, grabs a second, and in comes Saint. The satchel knocking him back into the ult there from Saint. And Tatu flashes forward, looking for Dokla, will be able to get it. Isles and Berserker in the area. Ayu has arrived. Looks like the fighting may dissipate. Inspired baiting with the clone there. Tuts thought he was running into a clone, but he was running into Inspired as Tatu. This likely is going to go bad here for LYON if they commit to the play.
Dokla gets the stun.
Gets the stun, does scoop him into the wall, flashes back, but in comes Tatu, and Tatu should surely finish the job. The teleport going to be in here to answer. Tuts on the side.
They would have liked with Berserker could constantly been able to push in and get into positions on the top side to get that tower as well. And now we're committed to the Rift Tower.
Yeah, they're going for it. The Herald is already gone, but can they get the fight? Gigo is the one being focused down. Isles going to get burst out, though. The first kill goes the other way. In comes the Galio ultimate, knocking up multiple members. Dokla about to mega out as LYON wants to get more. It could be nice, but they are looking potentially here for Gigo. No one from Furia in the area. Going to go for it. Gigo does get stunned up by the hook shot and looks like he will be getting ran down. Has no flash, has no ult.
And just try and play through that strength. And you got a 1k gold lead on Dokla. But Inspired's cost.
Yeah, they're going in on Inspired. They're going to try to burst him down. The Cyclone counter engage is very good as JoJo tries to flash away. Inspired will fall. Isles in trouble. He's dead now too. Dokla has Mega, but he's probably going to have to run. Here comes the Galio ultimate. Does arrive, but connects on no one. Berserker fighting as best as he can. But Gigo's going to take Dokla, who flashes out very late. This fight is a disaster for LYON. Saint flashes out, but he can't get away either. The Rylai's is doing so much work. Will the fight be breaking out? It looks like LYON are in the area, but deciding, you know what, we can't fight this. Instead, it is just going to be another kill onto Isles as he takes his 6th death of the game.
I was like, how expensive is GA these days? You know?
Saint maybe in some trouble here in the side lane. Remember, he has no flash, looking like he's going to get chased down. 4 members up here on the top side. Inspired was moving up to see if he could cover, but then they realized there's
more line because it does become very tough when you're getting pushed first.
Yeah, Saint going to lose half his health there. Should be able to walk this one out, I think, but instead they're going to go across the veil. They're popping all of the ultimates to knock him down. Inspired looking for the counter engages. Everyone shows up. Gigo is there. Berserker is trying to get involved here, but this fight is all Furia all the time. Back-to-back kills and no one on Furia. Tatu is now back, and Inspired going to find that out with a fist to the face. Toots getting chunked down here by Berserker. Isles flashes in, drops the ultimatum, but I don't know if they have the damage. They do get a shutdown, and now it's going to be a bit of madness here as Furia has to run. The teleport coming back, and Furia thought it was their moment. Tatu still trying to see if he can claim this Baron, staying around, looking for the smite fight. He's into the pit, but it's going to be claimed by Inspired, and Tatu is going to pay the iron price for the attempt at the steal.
Toots takes
stay
it.
safe in that way. They're going to send it again on to Saint. Saint very far up, and Saint has no chance, no ability to respond to that one from LYON either.
A window back into this game.
It does feel like a little bit of that kind of first match nerves here. As Inspired gonna find JoJo, will get hit by the Shattering Strike, but Isles and Dokla are moving in. Berserker's coming up as well. They want to keep them involved. They're gonna try to turn though. They're trying to burst down Dokla before he can get the Mega. The ultimatum comes back. Great satchel from Berserker. Knocks Tatu back to his base. It's a double for Inspired, and LYON want more. They are hunting through the bushes. They spot Toots. Good sidestep there from Isles. The hookshot connects. He goes between worlds. He's trying to run for the hills, but he's on the wrong side of the map. Dokla's about to Mega out. Won't be able to burst him down just yet. The Steric's gonna get popped. He's kiting. He is threatening here. Hookshot back up, and now they get the kill. Has the teleport and the ultimate available, and Isles is gonna be caught on the side, interrupted on the hookshot, and he is just food for Furia. Tries to flank, but gets spotted and punished, and that is a big time kill. Dokla moving back over, has no Narbar whatsoever to speak of. It will just be the third dragon for either side, but Inspired wants to fight for it. He is going in behind. Toots is going to spend the ult on Dokla. Dokla needs time to base potentially and go back, but Inspired wants to fight right now. Here they go. The Zigzag comes through. Berserker goes on a rampage as Saint drops from the sky, but Inspired drops from the map. He's taken out. This should be the dragon going to Tatu. Is going to be... Uh-oh.
Isles?
Seen this one before as Gigo is hunting for him. Dokla trying to get involved, but down comes Tatu. Isles kiting it out. LYON has the first move. The TP going to be coming in, and nice sidestep there from Isles, but is the hookshot back up? He's going to go back in. Dokla now trying to buy time, build that Narbar. Berserker, Saint, Inspired, everyone coming in to reinforce. Dokla about to Mega out, but they're going to try to just one-shot him, but he gets into the Mega. He stuns into the wall. The Zigzag lands, and the damage is coming through from LYON. Inspired to the backline, trying to survive, but he can't quite do it. It's IU crushing them. It's Berserker, the only one who can deal damage from this spot. Flash back in, multi-man taunt. They burst down Toots, but IU is rocking this fight. It's a double for Berserker. Saint goes back in with his dying breath, but Berserker is out of mana. It's going to be spotted here. Toots looking for a potential flank here as Isles trying to set up. They do not see Toots whatsoever, and he could one-shot Berserker if he gets in, but Tatu goes early. Tatu gets taunted. Berserker into the stasis, trying to stay alive as Doka's in the backline. IU trying to cut it out. Here comes Gigo. He wants Berserker, but he can't find him just yet. In comes Saint with the hero's entrance. They're trying to chase for IU. They want JoJo. They want so much more. But the question is, can they actually lock him down and knock him down? JoJo's gonna fall. IU gets taunted up. Here comes Inspired, but he's stuck in the miasma. He's got a kite. Saint will be able to seal the deal. They get the kills. They're positioning to try to end the game, and they feel that there is an angle. Tatu's up in 5, Toots is up in 7, but Berserker is low with no Zonias. The first tower gets one shot, but Berserker has to be careful. Tatu just gonna flash through the team. Look to one-shot Berserker, but he can't do it. Toots misses everything. He goes in for Berserker, and he pays the price as Berserker blows him away. LYON, though, have no wave.
Dokla needs to be so careful. They don't want to give across more. Baron's up if they go down here.
Yeah, he's got to run. The boomerang's slow, but he gets connected on. Look at Isles coming in from behind, and the hero's entrance. IU into the Zonias, though, buying some time. Dokla goes Mega, stuns him into the wall, and IU has fallen. And with that, maybe the hopes of Furia. Gigo takes a couple to the grave with him, though, as JoJo is on the run. Berserker has returned, and Berserker is big man on campus. A full 6-item Ziggs means this game is over. LYON battling back and forth with Furia, taking us to match point.
This series is insane. So back and forth, both teams throwing everything.
Because this is the kind of thing that they would do.
Yeah.
But I do think it's something that could catch their opponents off guard. And the answer is going to be Olaf here. So it's going to be Olaf top into, you are playing double AD carry plus Victor with a Lulu. And yeah, you can't kick away the Olaf, but you can kick away other people. And you are going to win out as far as the DPS is concerned in a long fight.
To step up, but even as you say in the 2v2, I don't know if you win.
But the 2v2 is not going to be what he finds here, unfortunately, as Tatu completed the base. There's Dokla flashing away, and Gigo thought he had him.
Tatu on the ward that was in the brush, so now finds him.
Yeah, it's going to be able to find him. Tatu just jumps right in. Dokla's going to pop Ghost. They're going to flash in on Dokla. Dokla's in a world of trouble. They're trying to focus down Tatu. The first kill will go the way of LYON, but Gigo is 6. Inspired has to run. Going to be able to ward hop over, but he finds Toots and gets taken out. You can see Toots moving up from bot lane, trying to get behind them. Tatu just going to go in immediately onto Saint, but pops the Crescent Guard. He's getting nothing done. He's going to get kicked back to the team, and Tatu has sold his team down the river. Went in way too early on that one.
Well,
Fighting out, just even dodging one axe from an Olaf can make the difference as Ayu goes forward, but he does not like this trade. Ayu is just getting roasted by Berserker. Inspired on the side, has to use the kick for the disengage. Toots comes in, double TB coming in here from LYON. They want to fight. Ayu is out of this already. Tatu is going in. In comes Gigo from the top side though, and Berserker is in trouble. Berserker still has no flash, but they have a backup AD carry. Dokla is here to play as Saint picks up the double. LYON win the fight here. Said backup AD carry. You can't trust them to position well, that's why you bring 2. And Saint going to be pushing Toots back, who is not having any fun in this matchup now. We'll see if he can try to turn it around. Stolen ulti, big chunk of burst onto Saint. Saint trying to kite this one out, but Inspired is coming in behind him as Berserker flash away there from Saint. Nicely done. Is going to buy the time here to finish it off. It's a rampage for Saint. In this economy, too.
I know, yeah.
Wow. Crazy stuff. Inspired looking to try to wrap around here onto Tatu. Does have a nice sidestep there on the Sonic Wave. You can see he's just going to go in. They're just going to try to send it. Saint, though, not really in trouble, and Tatu is. Ayu going to have to flash away. The Sonic Wave connects, and that means he is dead, as is Jojo. Gigo arrives, but where are you going to go? It's a 1v4. He pops the ulti. He runs straight in, and he finds his way back to the grave. Toots going in. It's a triple already for Dokla. The CC is there. The safeguard is there.
He's alive!
It's another kill, and Dokla refuses to fall. Quadra for the Varus, and safeguard everything needed there, and does keep him alive. Saint going to get jumped on already, but Saint is level 16. Flash forward from Tatu. They are going to full send it. They know they need to get something done. Berserker is here on the side. The Crescent Guard going to buy a little bit of time. Berserker has that lethal tempo stack. Gigo going to look for him, but overcomes Isles, overcomes Inspired, and Gigo has no chance. He is down, but they shut down Saint on the other side. Now they're going to try to run for it. Chains of Corruption does connect. It's going to be stolen back by Toots. Inspired in the backline, a 3-man Wild Growth. Tatu on a Berserker, but he can't win that fight. Inspired once more, and he's going to get it. A Quadra for Dokla, and now a Quadra for Inspired. As he really playing kind of that style that you expect from LYON. Play the map, play towards that win condition. Isles caught out here, will get shut down. Inspired, but there's just nothing for them to go for, and now Berserker moving down. They're going to try to look for Gigo, who is very far up. No flash, no ghost. Don't think he has much of a chance to get out of this one, and now he gets the bad news as there's Inspired, there's Berserker, pops the ulti, tries to run for it. The Axe buying a little bit of time, but Inspired just taxis in on top of him. That ultimate has expired as has his time alive. TP back to the base. There's the kick flash on Ayu, but it's not going to get much of anything at all. Ayu was able to dash back out to safety. Berserker, though, pushing up. Tatu hit low. Toots goes in, and Toots could be in some trouble trying to retreat back there. Is going to be cleansed by the Breath of Life from Jojo. Toots running. He needs to hold on. He can do it for now. The piercing arrow doesn't finish him. Saint, though, gets another man low. Ayu and Toots are bleeding out in the fountain. Furia's base is dying. They got to go now if it's ever going to happen. The Zonias will buy a little bit of time, but Toots is going to fall as soon as he comes out. Gigo pulls the trigger, goes for Berserker, is knocked out of the sky. Back to the grave, and they can only watch as the Nexus will surely fall. It's fish in a barrel. LYON add insult to injury. Revenge for America's Cup is oh so sweet. It's a 3-0 sweep for LYON.
With Shun, pairing up and wreaking havoc across the map, especially up into those solo lanes, and really getting Bin and Knight into good positions.
Jin, the final lock for T1. They're trying to find a little bit of poke for themselves at the start of fights, catch someone out. So of the 4 series they played before today, at MSI, it has been heavily BLG favored as we make our way on to Summoner's Rift. Both the supports going up towards the top. Might see a battle over the Scuttle Crab.
Crab Quest is Vin is going to help it
Ona
out.
goes in, Shun lands the smite, gets level 6 off it, has that keeper's verdict. Dredgeline still manages to knock back 1 as he is able to walk away.
Faker!
Gaze out from Faker, he finds a solo kill in the 1v2.
And it just gets Carrier's flash.
Looking for the engage there. Stefan's present coming out from Shun as the TP is used by BLG. They want the fight. Ona taunted flash onto Doran as well. Ona with a cease and desist, but he's trying to get to the wall and he just can't get out. Knight
Be able to set up nicely for it. On is actually getting the vision early.
Doran needs to get away from Bin, puts down the Dark Possession. Bin flashes over it and doesn't have to fear a tower. Doran with the flash away, but Bin looking for those final auto attacks. Won't be able to find him. Morning Mist puts the ghouls on him, 6 it, there's the curtain, calls has been locked up against the wall! Over-investing in some of this chip damage as Knight comes in, there's the Stand United and onto Doran, a 2v1. This game, 1,000 lead for BLG as they look for Doran once again. The slam doesn't land him against the wall, but the keeper's verdict locks him up, and with the gravity well down, there is no escape. Last rites for a bit of healing, might be able to escape in the end. Knight takes the kill and then tries to get out, but a cease and desist in the Dredgeline, and it's time to Pays the Piper! He comes across the wall, Ona kills Knight, Pays takes down Shun.
Yep. The rewards get very, very big in a minute and a half because Baron arriving at 20 minutes and we're fighting already.
Carrier going in for the hook on there with the Taunt Petrifying Gaze coming out as well as Carrier tries to escape as Shun slams him against the wall with that heroic charge. Not too impactful yet as the Riptail finds its way around, but the Stefan's presence is going to get the knockdown onto Carrier. Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Ona with a good cease and desist. He's going to try and get across the wall as T1. All hail the retreat, but Carrier has other ideas. He goes all guns blazing forward.
So much poke with the Jace and the Ziggs available. But
Good
Faker!
catch on the side from Faker. Shun knocks him back with the keeper's verdict. The curtains open! And Pays bends the bullet! Back T1 will take a tier 2 in the top side. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it is Faker who has jumped on. Petrifying Gaze is dodged by Knight, but Faker with the flash. Knight flashes over. He's going to get hooked for it. The Arcane Storm doing a lot of work with the curtain calls coming out as well. And on trying to block the shots. This time, Knight doesn't fall. And T1, Pays does heal up a ton though as Shun looks for the engage down towards the bottom side. Good keeper's verdict. Ona down, Jungler down, and Doran on the wrong side of dodge. BLG begin to collapse onto him and there's no escape. Buried in a grave that he has dug as BLG find 2, unable to dash away from Pays.
Wave still and Faker in mid-wave, so
Pays!
another good play for BLG!
Oh, the taunt doesn't land it because of that. Pays is able to walk away. Did still have cleanse. Dredgeline going in, depth charge onto the back line as well. On takes a big chunk out of Pays, but now he's got no bullets left in his gun. And Shun looks to chase him down. Rocket belt forward from Knight won't be enough. Pays.
And he did just get his actualizer for the Cassiopeia. So, yeah, you're looking for a Miasma
Carrier
follow-up.
goes in, slammed against the wall. Miasma down as well. As Faker and Ona try and dash forward, knock up onto On and Shun, but look at the health bars. It is not T1 who are winning. Ona dives onto the back line and dives for it. Doran tries to jump in. A meat shield is all he can be, and a satchel charge will be his epitaph as Doran falls to Viper. Carrier chased out by Shun towards the top side, slammed into the wall and slammed into the grave. BLG find 3 and T1 have no purchase on this game. A deadly flourish will land the 1-to-1 as Faker finds the miasma to answer with one of their own.
Can Faker and Pays create something here? 2v4 at the Baron.
The curtains open. What do we see? 4th shot loaded in the chamber. Bin down from it. BLG 5,000 on the Baron. They'll stick on it for now. The satchel charge trying to keep Faker at bay. 3K now for the Baron. As Shun is just looking for that smite, should be able to secure it, will get it. Now in the back of the pit, Steadfast Presence lands the slam, but the cleanse away from Pays means that he'll escape. BLG want to live with this Baron to fight another day.
Pays!
But Pays has other plans! Knight tries to trade back onto him, and the Arcane Storm will find one. Faker needs to run away from it as well. Knight low on mana, Petrifying Gaze will find him, and Knight is going to fall. T1 somehow, from somewhere, from the depths of nothing, turn around the fight. Being done by Ona while all of this is happening, and in fact that is the state of affairs as the Drake is already down to 2k. Keeper's verdict doesn't land. Kerio tries to dive onto the back line. Mega Inferno Bomb keeps Pays and Owner out of the fight, and Kerio is going to fall. He distracted BLG. But only 40 seconds before it is back up for T1.
Whoa, Pays!
Flash toward the satchel onto Pays, tried to get him back. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to find him as well. They'll look for Kerio as well as Bin steps up. Deadly Flourish lands, the root curtains open. And who is going home? On almost taking out the Guardian Angel onto Owner as he dives onto the backline. Miasma down again onto Sun, but the heroic charge finds Owner in the dark possession, locked in the cage. Sun, another Deadly Flourish. Doran finds the kill, both junglers down. As BLG and T1, as you say, Shun not there yet, and BLG a little slow to the play. The Mega Inferno is going to do a lot of damage, but there's the Baron already over to T1. BLG will look for the fight afterwards. Can they find anything? Can they find a crack in the armor of T1, who are grouped up? Faker starting his recall. Deadly Flourish doesn't land. The Maiden doing a bit of work. Airport's verdict doesn't land on 21 as Shun and Knight caught out. Cease and desist onto Knight. He's isolated. But Onan not with his team towards the top side. On and Bin are down, and Faker finds the double flash away from Shun. But the curtains are closed on BLG, and Doran is slamming the door in their face. Knight take a knee because T1 are here for your life. In every single fight you see T1, they step forward, Kerio and Owner go in, you think they're in the belly of the beast, but T1 have claws. They rip their way out, and in what is only game one of this best of 5, T1 will claim first blood.
And that's just game 1, everybody. If you had fun with that, we've got more. Rarely seen, I love it.
Sometimes I like, stuff that I'm passionate about. I'm just talking about it here. We'll see where BLG decide to answer for this Galio. And Nivea, the current hover. Knights only had the chance to bring it out once.
This is good to engage, counter-engage. Really, really good. If you have all these people diving in onto you.
Looking for that early vision towards the Razorbeak camp. That is where Owner looks like he is going to start. Gets 5 gold from pinging out the ward. And a ward placed by Faker towards the Razorbeaks of Shun. I mean, any tools to clear out that wave. It's not something like a Caitlyn that can just poke and prod with the extra range. Bin here, a little bit overextended as Owner is looking for a gank. Doran down to 400 HP though. Bin continues to trade onto him. Bin not quite yet level 6, only has half the level to go as he flashes away from the Tempest Cripple. Tries to turn back onto Doran, slice and dice, but flash away from the T1 top. And now Owner and Doran can just pinch a movement here onto Bin. No escape for the Croc, first blood T1.
And T1 can burn.
Actually a really nice timer call there from T1. The topside scuttle was just coming up and Jun went across for it as the magical journey comes in. Good double cosmic binding. Pays needs to back up his teammates. The hero's entrance coming out from Faker, but with a demonic ascension, Knight begins to go big. Still looking for a little bit more damage here, but even with the magical journey into the corner of the pack, the movement speed, Kerio flashes, tries to dash back, but Shun with a perfect flash.
He's low health, wants to stick around for the cannon wave. Kerio gonna wrap around to try and punish, but look, they know this is coming. Swain also running over.
There's 4 members of T1 on the top side of the map right now. It's the next wave they're playing for. Kerio, in fact, dives in before it, and with a killer instinct, Pays will take the kill. Kerio dies. Doran almost goes down as the Vision of Empire secures that gold for Knight. True Shot Barrage not going to hit. T1's
there it is.
One punch, so important. As you say, the Rylai's first item here. They're trying to put Bin in the trash, and they're doing it over and over again. Kerio goes in. Bin with a big hold of Meek. TP out from Knight seems to be enough for T1 as Bin looks for a bit more engage. On has the Temper Fate. Faker comes across to try and help out. He's 3 on top. Shun was able to take a tower. There's the Temper Fate, lands on 2. On looking for the Cosmic Binding, gets it just in time, but the cleanse away from Pays is enough. And the safeguard out from Owner. True Shot Barrage, flash away from the public execution from Viper. It's Fake has it just runs away, but Doran finds it with a flash repudiation. The Hound's pursuit onto Doran should be enough to secure the 1-for-1. Meanwhile, on the top side, I have the opposite idea about the Swain. I feel like later on in the game, he gets tankier and it's harder to burst him down. And so the Swain excites me more the game goes on, the more even it is. Swain becomes stronger as Knight with the Demon Flare. He's going to jump onto Doran, who flashes away, tries to dive onto On with the public execution, but Shun
Teleport though.
Get
Maybe
into that
this is the
position
beginning.
where we wonder whether T1 will find the engage that they really want. Faker goes in with the Justice Punch and Magical Journey to get them away, but Ben now isolated from his team, even with a TP in, the slice and dice won't get him out of a Hexag Ultimatum. Knight, double never move, a demonic ascension, and Knight, the demon of T1's nightmares. The dive in with the Hound's pursuit, Knight flashes, carry her down, a three-man route, nevermore, nevermore, as Knight on the safeguard coming in as well as Pays tries to trade with Viper, gets the shutdown, but now Knight is just too strong for Pays. Death's Hand reaches out and takes
for this exact
public execution. Temper Fate coming down to try and save Bin, but it's only on and Bin on this portion of the map right now, and Bin has turned into shoes. That clock is done. A Hexag Ultimatum says on. The taunt on Shun flashes away. Faker in with the Justice Punch. The Baron resetting. Heroes entry to try and get Faker away. Knight beginning to step forward and Pays in the middle of the meat grinder. Knight finds one, the second to bleed from Shun.
Knight, the king of the LPL, and they're going to be able to, okay, they can't get...
Viper's going to jump
no
onto
way.
him on there as well. True Shot Barrage comes out, vision from On, Cosmic Binding lands the stun, Baron down to 5k. Owner more interested in keeping himself alive than taking the Baron now, as Viper dashes in once again, and that's another over to BLG. They'll secure the Baron.
But Knight is not flinching, he is not hitting that button early. Faker now under attack.
Flash, Cosmic Binding doesn't land onto Faker, does get a slow from the auto attack. True Shot Barrage going to go in as well as Owner, the new target, safeguards to Faker. The taunt comes out, Shun dodges it, Dragon's Rage for the kickback with the Tempered Fate, locked in a T1 tomb. Faker
cannot ever get too calm.
Faker, the universal taunt as the Magical Journey comes in from On. BLG TPing Knight in. Faker tries to escape, but a good Cosmic Binding. The Hound's pursuit on carrier, as Shun takes him out as well. BLG decisive on the top side of the map. They have super minions on their way. Doran having to recall from the bot lane to try and join up with the only two remaining members of his team. Bin is pushing through mid, BLG distracting, now TPing in. Bin looking for the end with the rest of BLG. Sub 30 minutes, they're trying to take out T1 and even out the score. Doran goes in, stunned up, locked up. Demonic ascension from Knight underneath the Nexus towers, and the Demon Flare will be another public execution. Only the execution of T1. BLG even us up as we've got a series on our hands.
Oh, Knight ascends all right. Him and Shun both long back in the previous metas when we had mages. And now with a Vel'Koz, baby. Okay, Leona point and click, that is pretty good. The Solar Flare is very good answer to Vel'Koz ulti. This, by the way, this is an all-timer skin. This thing is actually so hilarious. I'm actually okay that it is sometimes hard to distinguish from actual Vel'Koz. Get the push for himself, the early recall into a Cull pickup.
Flash from Knight! Oh, Faker's reaction flash just in time. The Rune Prison did connect, gets the root. Knight now, Faker staying around, gets the level up. It's an extra 100 health for him. Shun looking for the invade down towards the red side. Owner looking towards the mid lane, trying to bail out Faker. Molten Shield, the overload enough. And Knight can now walk towards his jungler, just steps away. Owner rooted still. The monkey enough with his staff to take in that battle. The monkey beats out the cow. On stays around because Shun is in the area. Flash in, looking for Faker. Molten Shield heal for the movement speed. Knight here with level 6. Shun coming in from the side as well, and Faker has no way out. Knight secures his second.
BLG.
Sometimes their laning phases can look like this as well. Can struggle as the Solar Flare comes into the mid lane, but this is what they're so good at doing, is making plays and finding picks, and Pays picks it up from the bot lane.
See, look at the mini-map here. Shun's going for it.
Looking for the damage onto Faker. Supreme Display of Talent doesn't get the CC, but On is there to close it out. Is Owner just out of vision right now? TP in, BLG look for the engage. Unbreakable Will popped on the Alistar. Grim Deliverance coming out from Doran as he tries to dash away. Owner here for the fray, but look at the damage coming out from that Vel'Koz. Shun takes one, and BLG just able to walk out with a single kill. Coming into this series, the expectation was as Knight flashes in with the Rune Prison, gets pulled back with the Dreaded Return, tries to get out with the Realm Warp, but Knight just ints it under the tower. Shun with the Supreme Display of Talent will stop Owner, but with the clone and the flash and the cyclone. Shun with a good audacity.
Shun could look for a steal. They're going to teleport in.
TP from Bin. Shun trying to get across the wall. Will manage to do so. Knight now has that flank position. Carrier stepping forward. Onto On. The stun onto Knight. Bin tries to jump onto the back line. And the Drake is secured. It's sold for BLG. Meanwhile, in the middle of the fight, a Grim Deliverance coming out from Doran. The Dawning Shadow this time not as much. His friend doesn't give him a massive shield. T1 forced back, and the size of the wallets for BLG will just force a T1 out of the fight. A soul in the master. As you say, no Cyclone, no ultimates. Tibbers up in 2 seconds time. Bin keeps Owner at bay. Faker trying to step forward, has the flash, has the Tibbers. Does he have a way in? Supreme display of talent, and the Baron going over to BLG. Owner already dead. Faker trying to step forward, but even with Tibbers by his side, all he gets is a hug goodnight as his screen fades to grey. And the rest of T1 will join him in the death chamber. Route onto Pays. Knight still chasing. Doran with a good pull back will slow up Shun, and Pays may be able to walk away. BLG still on the chase. On goes on to Doran. Knight will follow suit. There's the Rune Prison. The disintegration ray burns through T1's hopes.
BLG, pressure from the very beginning, and they're not even done.
Pays the price.
Velkoz's poke is really annoying too.
Yep.
You know, props to Viper, even though the spotlight was on the solo lanes.
Oh, Doran slowed. Counter-strike in. Supreme display of talent. Grim Deliverance. Well used. Doran with a good knock-up. On's going to distract the rest of T1 towards the side, though. Solar Flare lands on tonight. The Realm Warp's not going to get them out, and there's a Cyclone on the back line. Pays trying to come in. Shun forced away, but Owner's already dead, and I'm afraid BLG have just bought too much grace through this early game. 12K buys you a lot of mistakes, and this time they will not make more. Faker and Pays forced back to the base, and Bin wants a little bit more piece of this action. Flashes forward, has the stopwatch still. The Chemtech Drake helping him as he's on low HP. Only Pays and Faker left to defend, but it looks like BLG will come up trumps in this game. So long T1 have been the perennial boogeymen of the LPL. Today, BLG tried to prove that wrong. Faker down. The Nexus Tower's next, as Pays once again the last man standing for T1, and BLG bear him no mind as they go to match point.
Game 1 was close. T1 take it. Game 2, BLG had a great counter pick. Game number 3, BLG just had 3 pushing lanes, and they never stopped. They had pressure the whole game. Nicely done. Cool.
Still has...
Gwen. Okay, no, so looking at the solo queue, he's been throwing a couple extra games of Gwen in there.
Oh.
These are similar ideas here. Mordekaiser.
Nah, it's going to be Gwen. It has to be, right?
I mean, this is what he's been playing more in solo queue for his solo queue account, so... Gwen did get those nice little buffs back up to try and get her back in the
opportunity. And perhaps that's Carrier's Pike. He is so special on this champion. There's a reason he's got a world skin, and I'll say, this best of 5, I think Carrier has been pretty muted. Hasn't had the best of series. Now looking to see if perhaps he can skewer on as that Spider steps forward. Bone skewer in, repel up from On, and they turn on to Pays immediately. Flash across the wall from Viper. Pays just can't escape. It's all gone pear-shaped for T1 in the bot lane at level 1. Get your rebuttal down in time as Bin has hit level 6, has that needlework and begins to snip his way through Doran. Does have the Intofos, but look at the damage from the 1,000 cuts. Bin with the needlework, and Doran, well, it's just sewed up in the top lane. Great flash from Bin, Doran overstayed. The question is, can T1 get enough of an advantage over here? There's the Cocoon with the repel, and there's some great damage from Pays as T1 are able to lock up that Elise. It's the issue if that initial bit of CC doesn't hit and you repel up. Oh, great flash as well with the Phantom Undertow and the Ghost Water dive. The flash EQ combo as well from
He was able to... Wait a second.
Oh, Cataclysm in from Ona. Ghost Water dive as well with Phantom Undertow from Carrier. Pays on a killing spree. Meanwhile, Ona falling low, gets taken out by the weirding. Knight needs to run, and T1 are on the chase.
He's trying to get over to Bin, but I don't know. Carrier and Doran trying to close the door here. Bin wants to get those minions into the tower to allow Knight an area to walk out.
Shun is level 6 as well. This is dangerous for Carrier. Knight tries to go between worlds across the veil, dashes away. There's
flash.
the weirding as well for the damage, and Knight can just, as you say, flash out the back. Pays flashing forward though. Rocket belt! On top lane as Doran, his target. Shun is here as well. Doran's got to do a lot of work to survive through this one. Shun with the Ishtar's impact across the wall. They'll put down the Hallowed Mist and impale onto Doran. and enough needles to send him back to the fountain.
And try and use that replenishing shield over and over. Carrier!
It looks for it onto Viper. Death from below. Carrier finds him.
Mid lane though.
Flag and drag in from Owner. Cataclysm down. On goes into the sky. Shun with a good Ishtar's impact on Carrier is still going to get rooted up. And now that Skarner has no place to go. Pays with a double. T1 have come to life in game 4.
It's always so hard because you kind of have to like play an in and wait a second. How long are they going to go for this? Carrier's on the way.
As is Pays. Bin only has the plated steel caps, and now with TP in from T1, they are collapsing on the top side, and Bin might be done. Good flash, but the flash and Topos brings him back, and they bury him.
To try and keep him in check, he's not quite at his 2 items yet because he upgraded his boots, and he gets looked at again!
Bin locked up, and where can you go?
There's some support items. Those things are made so cheap. Bin under attack again.
And the dash away. Faker holding that second Spirit Rush. They'll jump in for Bin. Hallowed Miss dodges the charm, locked against the wall though, and this is without Pays even here. The Fed carry for T1 is not needed to take down the Fed carry for BLG.
And I mean, yeah, they don't even have a tower up there anymore. Yes, BLG do technically get to push mid, but...
Phantom Undertow. Sorry, Ghost would have dived in from Carrier as Pays is already killed off on. Ishtar's impact will get the knock back. So they look for the Phantom Overtow, but can't quite land it, but there's the Solar Snare, and Shun allergic to the sunlight. A golden eclipse as Carrier finds another. Viper trying to walk away, but a flag and a drag will pull him 6 feet under. Herald comes down from Owner as they look for the charge towards the bottom side. Bin dashes to the side of the bone skewer, but still that charge is going to come in. Bin going forward
here, though.
onto him. Shun looking for the Ishtar's impact onto Pays, who rocket belts away. Owner trying to protect his Bin, dives towards the bottom side to the death from below, and now Pays with a Cataclysm there can just rain down solar damage from this Mel. It is easy enough for T1. Pays legendary, an ace in the hole, blocked by... Looks like an engage onto Owner. There's the weirding, there's the ace in the hole, there's the impale, and there's the kill.
T1 still have such a massive gold lead, but teleport from BLG. They want to make the play.
Shun goes in, a great bone skewer from Carrier to push Shun out of the wall. Knight coming in with the weirding onto Pays as well, who tries to rocket belt away. Meanwhile, Doran's trading with Bin. Pays getting chased down. A golden eclipse will make it a 1-for-1. Carrier with the Phantom Undertow will go in, and they'll take out Bin. Now a 3v3. Faker with the Spirit Rush forward, looking for a little bit more, but On and Viper are on the retreat. The charm doesn't connect as they turn it around now. Viper doesn't have a huge amount of damage in his backpack, but he can still chip away at T1's health bars. The stun from Carrier with the flash, and they'll manage to catch out On. Viper now needs to step up for BLG, but
even that is a little dangerous. They're trying to take down the controller. He does get one of them. Doran comes over to lend to his help as well.
Doesn't land the hook onto On, who flashes, gets the cocoon immediately onto Pays, but the follow-up just isn't quite there. Great impale. Pays is down. BLG find life from nothing
for this dragon fight. He's wrapping around. Faker pushing mid though. T1 applying that pressure mid while the rest of them wrap around.
Carrier finds the bone skewer onto Knight. Owner puts the standard down. No vision at the moment for T1 in the middle of the pit, but they're just going to step forward and get vision themselves.
Faker rotating
still not here. Does have the TP. Elder down to 10k. Faker on vision. BLG trying to step forward, but Owner and Doran are just too tanky. Faker with the Spirit Rush can go across the wall. Good double impale, but that's on the tanks. The Cataclysm going in. Owner almost falling. Knight down already though as Pays finds it. T1 eating them alive in the river. You will take this series. BLG fought valiantly, but in the end, T1's early game, the pressure they enacted through the bot lane was enough to keep BLG at bay. When these two teams meet, we are always guaranteed a banger. And this time is no different. Bring on Silver Scrapes.
Oh my goodness, what a deciding game we're gonna have ahead of us.
Eponymous with Shun is this Kindred. So often seen as just a facilitator, he can take over a game, as we've already seen in this series.
Actually could even get a camera shot, but there not only is every seat filled in here, but there are people lining the walls.
There's
there are
like
people
50 to 100 people at the back.
There's not even extra seats in here. There's just people. See about this invade though, because Owner is here with ult.
Jumps onto Shun. Dance of arrows, the impale, the Pillar not stopping it. We'll see the Lamb's Dress by coming out as well. There's the encore as BLG one more out of the fight. Shun.
Owner knew as soon as he had gone over there too. It's like, ooh, whoops.
Yep.
I think it's a bit. Otherwise, Shun's doing a very good job increasing this gold lead, taking away camps, and Faker under attack.
The encore onto Faker. Unleash power from Knight. Makes Faker take a knee.
On again has been. Wait a second. Knight does hit the stun here onto Faker, and
Faker looking to try to trade back. Doran's on his way across, but Faker losing out on the 1v1. Unleash power, serves the shield enough. Faker dashes away from the Dark Sphere. Faker with the seismic shove!
And let's see, T1, is that the beginning?
He's turning back onto On, dashing forward into Viper as well. There's the encore cleansed away. Carrier caught out with though as Shun steps forward. Viper able to take the kill.
Burn, burn, burn! Faker builds a wall!
Down the Weaver's wall. BLG trying to climb over it. 5,000 on the Baron. The equalizer down the knockup as well as Owner falls lower. Scatter the weak. Encore! Do you want more? BLG won it and Shun secures it. A scatter the weak into an encore.
Playing it safe, staying at range, waiting for the next wave here to buff up. It's a cannon.
It's the last 10 seconds of the Baron buff. Owner goes in with the Impale. Encore lands onto Owner. Subjugate comes out. Doran looking to build up that Mega Barber with the equalizer. He might die before he can even go into his Mega form. A dance of arrows and a dance of death out from Shun. Can they find a way to get back in this game? Because right now BLG aren't giving them an inch and they need a mile. BLG here. I thought it was T1's home turf here in LYON, but BLG are claiming a small strip of soil on that stage. MSI is where they belong. This is their home ground, and T1 cannot stop their advances. The Lamb's Respite out from Shun just keeps him alive. T1 trying to get through it, but Pays is down, Own is down, T1 is down, and BLG will claim the victory.